there! It's so nice of you to join us for this Friday edition of Jamaica Magazine. Boy, do we have a lot in store today.
Mr. Music Man, tell me a story now. What kind of story do I hear?
Those are just a few of what we have lined up just for you. We will be right back.
Hi, I'm Danilyn Swaby, Miss Jamaica Festival Queen 2017, and I want to encourage you to come out on the most anticipated night of the Independence Festival celebrations when we crown the next cultural ambassador, a beautiful, talented, and culturally aware young woman who may be from your parish, so don't miss it.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, July 27. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is promoting the Caribbean as a region of economic opportunity for the 5 nations that comprise the BRICS grouping. BRICS is an acronym for its member states, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, where the Prime Minister was attending the group's 2018 summit this week. The 3-day summit wrapped up today, and the Prime Minister outlined the focus of his engagement with the group as he addressed Jamaican and other Caribbean diaspora members in a town hall meeting.
There are economic opportunities, real economic opportunities that both the Caribbean countries and BRICS countries can exploit. And you can start in simple ways, for example, tourism. The Caribbean has probably one of the world's most advanced tourism products. But we are not at the stage where we could say that we have fully maximized our potential. There is significant potential for investments in hotels and attractions.
He called for crafting airlift agreements between countries such as South Africa and Jamaica, which already have a strong people-to-people relationship, but have not translated that into a business-to-business relationship.
So one of the things that I intend to discuss is the finalizing of a air services agreement between our 2 countries. And that's practical things that support the economic development.
The CARICOM chairman also touted the region's great investment capacity in areas such as agriculture, pharmaceuticals, and other aspects of medicine, including marijuana. Mr. Holness also stressed that there was mutual benefit to be gained from cooperation in the international space on matters that similarly affected the BRICS and CARICOM countries as developing states. He made specific reference to climate change, poverty, economic inequalities, and the challenge of access to international financing. Amendments to legislation governing Bank of Jamaica BOJ operations are expected to be tabled in Parliament in October. The proposed amendments relate to the Bank of Jamaica Act, the Banking Services Act, and the Public Bodies Management and Accountability Act. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke says changes to the policies are intended to make the BOJ more independent. These include removing the Finance Minister's authority to give monetary policy direction to the bank, restructuring the Monetary Policy Committee to include outside members, and having the BOJ governor submit policy statements of the bank's monetary policy performance and inflation target achievements to Parliament.
All of this is with the aim of allowing the central bank the operational space and the independence to pursue the monetary policy objective of low, stable, and predictable inflation for the benefit of all Jamaicans, and delinking it from political pressures in this process.
Dr. Clarke was delivering a special policy address on the BOJ's modernization on Thursday. He said other BOJ reforms being proposed include long-term tenure of board members and staggering their appointments so that the entire board cannot be changed in a single political term.
This package represents, arguably, one of the most consequential reforms of the last 5 years.
More than 1 million cruise passengers have visited the island since the start of the year. The historic milestone was achieved earlier this week. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says this is a continuation of the growth path being witnessed since the start of the year, which comes despite the enhanced security operations in St. James and other parts of the island. Since January, close to 2.5 million tourists have already vacationed in the country, as 1.2 million stopovers have been recorded. Tourism is growing at 5.5% with earnings of 8.5% over 2017.
That is a significant performance for any country, especially one as small as Jamaica.
Mr. Bartlett announced the latest figures on Wednesday during a tour of heritage attractions in St. Mary. Meanwhile, about 30 persons are to be employed with the recent expansion of the Rio Nuevo village attraction in St. Mary. On Wednesday, the tourism minister officially opened the upgraded attraction, which now offers river rafting and kayaking. Pointing out that heritage and cultural tourism account for 40% of international tourism, Mr. Bartlett welcomed this expansion to Jamaica's offerings in that area.
The strategic direction of my ministry is taking us to transform the sector into a product-focused one. This is the outgrowth of a global movement towards more interactive, experiential tourism. More and more travelers are seeking life experiences through travel. They want to live as locals, engaging with the people of the destination they visit.
Rio Nuevo is a Taino site and is said to be one of the locations of the deciding battle between the Spanish and the British to gain possession of Jamaica. The landmark North Coast attraction is a 30-acre multi-dimensional property that houses a museum, bar, grill, beach, and other amenities. Cabinet has agreed to the establishment of a National Craft Council. Information Minister Senator Ruel Reid says this follows a submission to Cabinet from the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries and a concept paper presented by the Ministry of Tourism. He explains that the Industry Ministry's submission highlighted the rationale for the Council, saying the vision was for a viable, sustainable, diversified and internationally competitive industry that showcases authentic Jamaican products. Senator Reid says the cross-cutting nature of the craft industry was highlighted by the strategic objectives of the submission. This includes the establishment of a craft council and the establishment of artisan villages.
Given the nature of the industry, an integrated multi-sectoral approach across ministries and agencies was deemed necessary.
The Information Minister was speaking at a recent post-cabinet press briefing. And finally, the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, is appealing to members of the diaspora to become involved in this year's Emancipation and Independence celebrations. JCDC's Interim Executive Director, Orville Hill, says Jamaicans abroad may join in the celebrations through the Commission's website, jcdc.gov.jm, where there will be live streaming of the major activities. Viewers are encouraged to post comments on social media about the activities using the hashtags Jamaica56 and One Love, One Family. Jamaicans at home are also being encouraged to support the week of events that will take place at the National Arena from August 1 to 6.
For most events, at the gate, it will be $1,200 at the gate, but pre-sold tickets will be $1,000. And of course, we have discounted amounts for groups. If you're coming with a large group, we have a special package where we will discount those entry fee for you. And for the kids, it will be $400, both pre-sold and at the gate for children.
Pre-sold tickets are available at JCDC parish offices and, as of August 1, at the Independence Village to be established at the National Arena from noon to 5 p.m. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Living in Jamaica is an experience that you cannot put in words. There's an energy in the atmosphere that just feels good. There's so many aspects of Jamaica that I think makes it second to none. The best food, the best music, the best people. We can go on and on about the good things about living in Jamaica. There's a parish in Jamaica called Portland. I think that's one of my favorite places to be. It's one of the most nature-oriented parishes, and I love the nightlife in Kingston. Once you come here and you get that connection with the people, that connection with the food and the music and just the lifestyle is something that you'll always remember. People should visit Jamaica because I'm sure 100% that it is the place to be on planet Earth. You need to come here and you will get an experience that you will never forget.
Do you know about the Free with Jamaica initiative? Well, first, it's a collaboration between the University of Technology and the United States Agency for International Development. It was created to protect and promote the human rights of the socially excluded and vulnerable in our society. Take a look at how Free with Jamaica is using the creative arts to cultivate positive behavior and attitudes among Jamaican youth while developing their entrepreneurial skills.
Mr. Music Man, tell me a story now. What kind of story do I hear?
The kind of story that speaks about how realities are being redefined. The kind of story that uses the creative magic of music as the tool to cultivate positive behavior and attitudes, while simultaneously developing entrepreneurial skills. A story that calls to all Jamaicans using the familiarity of sound, rhythm, and movement. The story written by Free with Jamaica. The Free with Jamaica project began in 2015 with the aim of empowering women and girls and other vulnerable groups dealing with human trafficking, domestic and intimate partner violence, among other issues, through various social and economic intervention programs.
The project had 7 activities to deepen our understanding of tolerance. A very significant part of our project was activity 3, creating the space for change and transformation through music and culture.
The interventions implemented under Activity 3 included St. James Gender-Based Violence Music Initiative, including Drums for Life, Masters in Residence Global Competitiveness Training Program, Girls Using Ubuntu Respect and Love for Entrepreneurial Success Girls, Songwriting Competition, Downtown Music Theatre Summer Camp, and Women Healing in Music. The drum has been the heartbeat of traditional African societies. It was used as the instrument to celebrate various aspects of life. Through Free with Jamaica, the drum became a medium of transformation for the youths engaged in the St. James Gender-Based Violence Music Initiative.
The project involves the teaching of hand drumming by the Trelawney Maroons to students in selected communities in and around Montego Bay. We also included teaching of traditional and popular dance and also spoken word as aspects of the Drums for Life program to make it a little bit more inclusive. Throughout the 12 weeks, we ensured that the students understood that they were able to consider a career from playing drums.
Progress, Mr. No time to look back. My education is key. From poverty, it's a go set me free. Time for waste, no, me not have that.
It has helped me being more focused in my schoolwork and being particular with my friends.
Master drummers also engaged the participants through mentorship.
It kind of saved me out of trouble, and all my teenage, tender age was all about focusing on music. I was so occupied, I didn't have time to get involved in anything else. My whole, every day I get up, what else new, what song we will learn today. So it was a drive that keep me occupied, and so I never get involved in anything else other than music and dreaming big,
The practice of mentorship also filtered into the Masters in Residence MIR Global Competitiveness Training Program. The intervention also adopted the coaching and entrepreneurship strategies of Jamaica's successful track and field enterprise. The MIR program became a creative hub for songwriters, performers, technicians, and managers.
We wanted to present an option, a blueprint that would set to young producers and young artists and things. You don't necessarily have to go that way. We have massage a template into place that we can set to people. Here is a way to train performers. Here is a way to train songwriters. Here are some things that we can introduce people who are interested in management.
That template produced a class with over 40 graduates, equipped with the skills to share the Jamaican creative experience on the international stage.
It is much more than talent. That is only half of it, and that is exactly what the program brought to light. And it helps me to better myself as a performer, as a songwriter, I got exposed to the knowledge of engineering and marketing as well, so I can market myself as an artist.
The female entrepreneurs in the MIR program, through the creation of Girls in Music, responded to the challenge as to how to enable women in the music industry.
The overarching objective of Girls is to assist and empower female entrepreneurs in various industries and disciplines to achieve their goals by providing funding, mentorship, educational and entrepreneurial services, as well as other related activities. We have witnessed the ideas of various members come to fruition. These include 2 successful plays, Living Dangerously and Forbidden Fruit. The theme song for the Tambourine Army's march against abuse of both women and men, with the deeply impactful and sobering anthem, Now Make Them Win. You are a part of the unveiling of an all-female-led album, Big Woman Things.
We leave it about this brewing storm. Them things that we so concerned. Me I tell you but you still not learn.
Songwriters and lyricists were also provided with a creative space to speak of universal concerns through the songwriting competition. A total of 183 entries were submitted at the close of the 2017 staging. Contestants were required to compose lyrics to a partially completed song entitled You Deserve to Be Loved.
Their advice was to talk about it from the pastor perspective rather than, say you see him beat her, I just say, as a pastor, I would encourage you. I should encourage you to stay, because the first rule of a pastor is never to tell a husband and wife to separate. My mother tell me that early, no matter what. But I just decided to say right away that not going to make no sense. I should encourage you to stay, but dear sister, I can't encourage you to do that today. Safety has to be a first priority. Don't tell me say him love me because him beat me because him love me. Because love don't beat or easily get angry. Love is patient, love is kind, as the Bible will remind. Love supposed to bless you, not disrespect you.
The philosophical underpinning of the entire project was our embrace of the South African concept of Ubuntu. I am because you are because I am. And that became an important theme in the project that we not only shaped in song and music, but we delivered in much of the interventions that we've had. We wanted to empower Jamaicans to recognize that we have a responsibility for Jamaica. Jamaica belongs to all of it. It's free Jamaica, and that means we have a responsibility to ensure that Jamaica can grow and prosper, and we can achieve the visions that we've created for ourselves in Vision 2030.
Find a way, you are a diamond, so I am because you are. So I am because you are. I am because you are. So I am because you are. I am because you are.
You're watching Jamaica Magazine.
Anna, why you knocking down my door? What is it?
Jackie, I don't know what to do. From Jason dead, I have nothing to give to the children, and I don't know where to turn.
So why you didn't go down to the Administrator General's department, the place I told you about the other day?
Lord Jackie, I know you try to help me, but remember say me and Jason never did marry,
What do you mean by that, Anna? The law say, if a single man and a single woman live together as husband and wife for 5 years and more immediately before death, then he or she is considered a spouse.
Really? That mean me can't get something then? Cause boy, it rough,
Yes, man, just go down there, tell them about the case, that Jason died, leaving no will, house, and children under 18 years. Go down there and see what them can do for you.
A true you're talking, Jackie. Where you say the place there again?
Down a waterfront, man. 12 Ocean Boulevard. Go down there, talk to them, and see if them can help you.
Okay, I'm going down there right now.
Good morning, madam. How are you?
Good morning, miss. I hear that the Administrator General's department can help me. You see, my children, them father died, leaving me with the 2 pitney them, and I'm me alone I care for them.
Did he leave a will?
Will, ma'am. After Jason never ready for dead, how come him come from work and drop down dead? My friend tell me say under the law, I'm considered a spouse. By the way, who is a spouse?
Under the Interstates, Estates and Property Charges Act, a spouse is a single man and woman living together as husband and wife for 5 years or more. By living together, the two persons should not have been separated at any time during the 5 years immediately before death. A surviving spouse includes a person who is legally married. That is, he or she went in front of a pastor and took the vow of marriage. If Anna meets the requirements, she can hire an attorney at law or go to the legal aid clinic to apply for an order from the court declaring that she's a spouse. Some of the questions the court will look at are: did Anna and Jason break up during the 5 years? Did Jason have any children, born in the same year as Anna's children? The court will also want to know if Anna or Jason were married before and not divorced. Once the order has been granted, the spouse would be entitled to benefit from the estate of the deceased. For further information, you can visit the Administrator General's Department in Kingston, 3rd floor at the Office Center Building, 12 Ocean Boulevard, or call us at 922-183023. You can also visit our Western office at the 2nd floor of the National Housing Trust Building at 42B Union Street, Montego Bay, St. James. Telephone 630-4261. Our website is at www.agd.gov.jm. That's the Administrator General's Department, securing your legacy. The Miss Jamaica Festival Queen Crowning is just 5 days away. The lucky lady who will wear the crown on August 1 will have numerous opportunities to represent Jamaica while developing her leadership, interpersonal and communication skills. Watch now as the outgoing queen shares some of the lessons she's learned during her reign.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jamaica Festival Queen 2017. Dana Lynn Swaby. A historic win for the parish of St. Elizabeth.
I always describe it as a feeling that will always be a defining moment in my life. It's exhilarating, it has been phenomenal. Not, especially when you put into context the year in which I won Jamaica 55 and being the first queen from St. Elizabeth to be the national queen. So always when I reflect on that, it just makes it all the more wonderful being the festival queen. When I look at my experience, I see how being the cultural ambassador has allowed me to have a deeper appreciation for culture and the role that a young woman can play in contributing to society, contributing to your community, and how you can serve beyond the crown, beyond your reign. It has reinforced that I'm a people person, and that of course I must always carry myself in a circumspect manner because people look up to me to be an example for all things positive and how I can continue to empower young women, young people, and just people overall. So definitely, it has really asserted my confidence that I am here for a purpose to engage and impact people positively. I think they should go for it, do it. It's a life-changing experience. It's an experience that will make you mentally stronger. Of course, it will give you a more enhanced appreciation for culture, for Jamaica overall, and what your purpose and role in life is. At first, it's extremely challenging because, you know, when you just caught the title and every invitation that comes along, you want to be there because you don't want to disappoint. But then you realize you're stretching yourself thin professionally and personally, because a lot of people seem not to know that I do have a 9-to-5. But of course, it's called prioritizing. Sometimes you just have to pull back on some of the activities and to say, all right, what is it that is most important? What needs my attention most within this moment? And that's how I make the decision. Belief in yourself and having the confidence and how important it is not just to have a support system, but to be your own motivator, not just through the Festival Queen campaign in terms of the competition, but even throughout the reign when I consider the challenges that I've had and also the things that I've had to do. You always have to be your #1 supporter because mental strength is so important in overcoming almost any challenge. I want to say thank you for everyone who has played a role or given some sort of support. But I have to also acknowledge the people on the street, people who come up to you and say congratulations, they cheered for you. Because if people don't let you feel relevant, you won't be relevant. So, and for all the invitations, the persons who have extended invitations for speaking opportunities for other activities, it's a testament to the confidence that they have in me and the high regard that they have for me to want me to be involved in anything that they are doing. So I really have to acknowledge that. And of course, to the incoming queen, I have to say the world is your oyster, Jamaica is your oyster. You have nothing to do but just to conquer and continue to believe in yourself and work hard and always remember your purpose and the reason that inspired you to make this step, and it will always be a fulfilling moment for you.
During a recent youth enrichment program in Montego Bay, Education State Minister Floyd Green encouraged young people to believe in themselves in order to achieve their career goals and dreams. His advice will not only go a long way in helping them become business owners and leaders of tomorrow, but hopefully it will also encourage them to make our island home their place of choice to conduct business. Listen carefully.
No matter what you decide to pursue, no matter what you decide to do, it starts from building self. You know, if you ask me what I find is the biggest issue among young people nowadays, and it's not just now, so I don't want to say nowadays as if it wasn't when I was around. The biggest issue I found among all of us is a lack of self-confidence. We don't believe in our potential for greatness. And a lot of us don't believe that we were born to be great. All of you right here in front of me. If you don't believe it now, you have to spend some time telling yourself. We have too much examples not to believe it. If you keep telling yourself that things not going to work out, the system against you, no matter what you do, you're not going to get through. You're not going to get through. God knows. We can't tell you from now. But if you tell yourself that no matter what comes against you, you will be great, you will succeed, you will do whatever you put your minds to, it will work.
Unfortunately, we've come to the end of today's Jamaica Magazine. But remember, you can rewatch our show on our website, jis.gov.jm. You may also send us a tweet at JIS News or email us at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm if you enjoyed today's show. I'm Audrey. See you next week.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.